So I'm going to be bringing you some real easy, simple marketing strategies that will help you in your business, okay? We're going to be able to spark our passions and ignite our purposes, all right? So today we're going to be talking about unlimited traffic from Facebook. That sounds amazing, right? So we're going to be talking about your Facebook profile. Now, we're not talking about your group. We're not talking about your business page. We are talking about your personal Facebook page. Now, some of you may say, well, I don't want to use my personal Facebook page, and that's fine. You don't have to. You can create a new one with your name so that people get to know you as your brand. So I'm going to take you through some simple, easy profile optimization hacks today that I think you are going to love. So if you are here and you're tuning in with me, drop where you're tuning in from, because I'd love to see how far our reach is. Welcome, welcome. I am Michelle Spark, otherwise known as the Lady Wealth Warrior, and I'm tuning in from North Carolina. Beautiful day out here today. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We're going to go over some slides because you got to see it to believe it. All right, here we go. All right, so unlimited traffic from Facebook. All right, and this is so true. You can get unlimited traffic from Facebook if you set it up right. So in this training, we're going to go over Facebook profile setup for maximum optimization, profile cover photo setup, profile picture, bio and intro, featured photo, and your Facebook timeline. That's what we're going to go over in this training today. So we're going to first start talking about your Facebook profile setup and building a successful profile. 5 parts to a successful profile, all right? And we're going to go over each one of them so that you can see each one of them in depth. So the very first one is your cover photo. And the reason this is the first thing that we're going to talk about is because it's the biggest thing. It's the biggest piece of landscape that you have on your profile. So you need to maximize that space and take advantage of having all of that landscape for you. It's like a giant billboard for you. Okay. So as you can see here, I've got a giant cover photo and I let people know what I do. Okay. The next thing is a profile picture. Now we want to make sure that we have a good profile picture so people can see us. Then we go into the short bio and details. Again, you don't want to be rambling on, don't want to have a ton of things for people to look at. They need to know you are the one that's going to help them. And then there's featured photos. This is something, well, it's not new, but I guess it is kind of new. A couple years ago, they brought in the featured photos that you can actually show some of your features of the things that you do to help other people. And then, of course, your timeline. All of your posts, pictures, write-ups that you have, that's your timeline. So now let's break down each one of these. First, we're going to start with your cover photo. All right, so what makes a great cover photo? So a clear question to attract your customers or clients. It's not cluttered or too busy. You want to show credibility and social proof. Have perceived value with a picture. You want to have a clear call to action with a button. Now the button's fake. Okay, the button is not real, but if they click anywhere on that cover photo, they're going to then get some more information, and I'm going to show you that. Optimized for mobile is a huge plus. You know, most people are looking at this from their phones. And then, of course, you want to make sure that you have a link in your description. The description is when they click on that photo comes a description. So you want to make sure you have a link in there for people to click on. So again, this is your public details. Why is this in here? All right. So here's a cover photo. Here's your description right here. Okay. And as you can see, it's above the fold. You see where it says see more right here? The link is above the fold. You don't want people to have to click see more in order to get the link in your description. So link in your description. That's very, very important. The cover photo statement or question. So you want to say, what is the goal of your ideal client without, and what is their roadblock? So maybe you want to lose weight, lose belly fat without going to the gym without leaving the house, things like that. Join my Facebook group and get or learn. What can they learn? What can they get by joining your Facebook group? And then, of course, you have goal of your ideal client and new opportunity or method. So it could be learn how to make money from home by selling other people's products, by selling master resale right products, by creating your own digital products. So goal of your ideal client and new opportunity or method. And then, of course, what is the value or the promise you can deliver inside of your Facebook group? And that's if your cover photo is about your Facebook group. If you're bringing your customers from your Facebook profile to your Facebook group, you want to let them know what they're going to get for value inside of your Facebook group. So you might be asking, what if I have no social proof, Michelle? And that's okay. We all start at zero. We all start with no social proof, okay? You're not alone. And that's okay. Get them to know what it is that you're going to promise them, what it is that you're going to give them for value inside of your group. So again, if you are promoting a Facebook group, you could then share a screenshot like I have here. This is one of the cover photos that I use in one of the Facebook groups or my profile cover photo at one point. And I let them know, hey, join my free group and get the help that you need. We all start from zero. So don't let the social proof hold you back. So creating your cover photo, you may be thinking to yourself, I have no design capabilities, Michelle. I have no idea how to design these cover photos. You can actually use canva.com to design all of yours. And there's tons and tons and tons of templates inside of there. Or you can actually hire someone to do it for you. So you can hire a designer on Fiverr for as little as $15. As you can see, there's one there for $5, right? Do not, I repeat, do not use branded content or your product images in your cover photo, okay? You know what that'll do? People will then just Google that and find all the information on their own. So you don't want to use branded content or your product images. Now we're going to go into your profile picture. All right, don't be this guy. Don't be this guy, all right? Now, we all love our dogs, right? We all love our friends, our family, our spouse, our children, right? But if you're branding you, you want to brand you. And that cover photo needs to be you, not anyone else with you, just you. And of course, this one here with the back turned, we need to see your face. We need to see your smiling, your pearly whites. We need to see those. We need to see that you're friendly and approachable and somebody that we want to work with. So what makes a great profile picture? Something professional and clear picture of you. You want to smile, look friendly, approachable, fun, updated, and a recent photo. Okay, don't have your high school photo in here. Okay, we know you looked great in high school. I did. Well, not really, but we want a current picture. We don't want any kind of shock when we maybe get on a Zoom call with them and they're like, oh, is that you? Like, it didn't even look like you. So we want to make sure that it is a recent photo. All right, you want to do something like this, okay? So you see me here on the left. This here is Derek. He's pretty cool, right? He was in a group. You see that big, all those pearly whites? And then you see Colleen. I don't think Colleen knows how to smile, but that's who Colleen is. We know Colleen, right? So have something that shows you and who you are. Now we're going to get into the bio and the intro. All right, don't do this. Don't do this. You see all this stuff here? See how nobody cares. Nobody cares that you studied where you studied finance and marketing. Nobody cares what high school you went to. Nobody cares. Okay? And it's too much. It's way too much for people to go through. All right, so what makes a great bio or an intro? Clear intro that explains who you help and what you do. You want a clear call to action. Simple is always better. Social proof followed by, okay, and then one link only. If you're selling something, have that link be the link. Switch it out when you're done and have the other link. But you don't want to put too many links because people just get confused. Now, I think I have one extra link, and that's just the link to my TikTok, because I did a lot of TikTok lives. So people always ask me, hey, how do I find you on TikTok? So I just added that social channel, but I have one link. Okay. You want to make sure that your audience is not confused and have analysis paralysis and they don't know where to click. If you give them that one link, that's where they're going to click. So you want to do something like this. All right. So here's an intro: sell $1,000 to $5,000 products, group. Sending them right to a group. Lives in New York, followed by this many people. And then again, has a TikTok, right? So you can find the person on TikTok, and it has a bit.ly link that brings you to their website. So here's mine over here: retire from your 9-to-5 and create a profitable and reliable income online. There's my link. I'm a digital creator. There's my TikTok, and there's my website. And that's it. Simple is better. So now let's get into your featured photos. Now these, again, like I said, if you're not taking advantage of these, you're missing out, because people can start to see what you're all about and they can learn some things from your featured photos. So don't do this. All right. Now this is actually one of my, it's my uncle's niece. All right. And if she ever knew this was in here, she probably wouldn't be very happy with me. But anyways, so these are her photos. Okay. Don't have a bunch of photos. So what makes a great featured photo? A clear call to action, a good image for credibility, what they will get by joining your group or your program, and arrows pointing to your link. So here are mine. All right. Join the free group. You see my little fingers pointing up. I've got some tips here for Facebook group growth, and I've got business branding, how to identify your brand identity. So these things all show what I do. I'm actually going to put me back on screen. There I am. Okay. So do this. All right. Here's another. I love these. These are actually some of my favorites. So let me help you make money. Like how creative is that? That's really creative. So there's 6 of them here, 4 of them here, and 8 of them here. And they will go through. It's like your stories on Instagram or your stories on Facebook, where you can flip through. And these are your stories on Facebook, actually. But they'll click on them and they'll take a look. So you've got my story, testimonials, and then my strategy. This would be your tips, tricks, and strategies here. So creating something like this also catches their eye when you're inside of your Facebook group or Facebook profile. So now let's talk a little bit about your Facebook timeline. So what makes a great timeline? You want only posts from you and posts you approve. You want to make sure that your settings are set up so that people can't post on your profile. All right. Now I know this seems weird, okay, because I know a lot of people send you happy birthday messages, and when you do that for like me, you would have to send me a DM instead of posting on my profile, on my timeline. I don't allow other people to post on my timeline, just me. All right. I don't let people tag me in their posts and things like that. Any of that I would have to approve. You want consistent messaging using the LVR, lifestyle, value, results. So you want to show them your lifestyle. Show them what you're doing. Show them who you are. Show them your hobbies, things that you do. And then value. You want to be providing value constantly to your audience, giving them tips, tricks, and strategies. And then, of course, results. People love to see people winning. So show them. But don't do it in a braggy kind of a way. Inspire them. Let them know that these results are possible, but don't obviously promise that you can give them those results. All right. And then you want to make sure that you have a good variety of story posts, educational, social proof, promos, and lives. You want to make sure you have a good balance of 80-20, 80% value, 20% sales. Okay. You don't want to be by myself on every post. It just wears your audience out. You want high engagement. This is what's going to increase your high engagement, is to make sure that you have a good, consistent messaging of lifestyle, value, and results. You want to think of it as a sales page without any selling. Sounds weird, right? But that's what it is. If you set it up right, it's a sales page with no selling. So here are some content examples. So only posts from you and posts you approve. You've got engagement questions, question posts. You've got quote posts. You've got pain or pleasure posts, calling out your audience, like going to the grocery store and having this ginormous bill. Like, where am I going to get the money for this? Oh, that's right. I have a side hustle. So pain and pleasure posts. Nurturing posts, you've got value posts, story posts, interview posts, personal posts, behind the scene posts, and mini trainings. So these nurture your audience so that they keep coming back for more because they love the content that you're putting out. So if you're constantly being consistent. Conversion posts, and this is where you're going to convert your leads to customers. Your launch post, your validation post, opening up so many spots post, and your polls. Maybe you ask a poll like, hey, what's the one thing that you struggle with the most when it comes to Facebook? Isn't that a great poll? That's a question. Ask your audience, right? Then you've got validation posts. Hey, I'm having a free training on how to monetize your social media. Who wants an invite? That's a validation post. If I get a lot of traction, a lot of engagement on that post, that's a subject. That's something people want to know. People want to learn about. So it just validated my idea. Okay, great. Now I got to put this training together. Awesome. But if you ask your audience what it is that they want, you can give it to them. Here are some examples, all right? Who's ready for free training on how to remove the fear of posting on social media and earning your first commission online? 22 comments. It might take you 6 months to get to that 1 month that changes your life forever. Don't stop. That's an inspirational post, but I got some engagement here. I got 35 comments. Shout out to all the affiliate marketers who love and support others in the industry. 59 comments, right? These are engagement posts. People are engaging with my content, and look what I'm bringing them. Okay, my mentor is having a free training to learn how to create your first 1,000 online. Who wants in? 46 comments. I've got a value post here, so it's a long write-up, giving them tips, tricks, and strategies. There's no selling in here, just tips. I got another one. And that's just an inspirational, right? I got a write-up and then some inspirational. Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. And I had it's either 42 or 62 comments. This one here, another write-up. Here's some results, right? So I just got a deposit, but I've got myself in there. So it's not just a bragging and I'm like, oh my God, look what I just got. And a nice little write-up. And there's no selling here, but I've got drop a keyword and I will reach out to you. So I just get them to reach out, like drop a keyword and I'll reach out. I got 53 or 93 comments on that. And then same here, some more results. So I'm on some leaderboards. So I let people know, hey, I'm hitting the leaderboard, right? And I'm not asking for anything. If you want to learn how I do this and get your team to do the selling for you, comment #10K below. And I got people to comment. I got 30 comments on that post. So if you do your post right on your timeline, your engagement will increase. All right, here's another example. I just unblocked all my haters. I want them to see me win. 97 comments. 97. And this was meant to make people chuckle. And apparently it did. 97 comments and 4 shares. So I got 4 people that shared it. Okay. Whew. Let's take a breath. That was a lot of information, wasn't it? That was a lot. Yes, this will be recorded and it will be inside of the Facebook group. You'll find it in the guides or on the timeline inside of the group. All right. So that was a lot of info, wasn't it? It's just a lot to take in and you're like, I don't even know what you just said, Michelle. I have no idea what you just said. That was so much. But if you set up your Facebook profile properly, when people come to check you out, and if you're out there putting out value, they are going to come and check you out. And if your cover photo is optimized, your profile picture is optimized, your bio and your intro and your feature photos are optimized, they're going to know exactly how to work with you. They're going to know exactly how to do it. So guess what? You don't have to remember everything that I just said, all right? I actually have a free guide that I'm going to give you guys. I'm going to put me back on. I'm going to give you guys a free guide. It's 10 pages and it summarizes everything that I just said inside of this training. So if you want a copy of this free guide, go ahead and drop me in the comments. Go ahead. Let me know that you want this free guide. So I hope this was helpful. So every other week, so every 2 weeks, we're going to be having a free Facebook training giving you guys some profile, some tips, tricks, and strategies for your marketing for your business, okay? So I hope that you guys will join me for the rest of them. They're going to be every Tuesday, every other Tuesday. We're going to stay with the 3 p.m. Eastern. All of the calls will be recorded, and you can find them inside of the group guides. I will create a Facebook Live training in the group guides so that you guys can go ahead and watch them, binge watch them like Netflix, right? I hope to see you back in 2 weeks for the next Facebook Live training here with the Lady Wealth Warrior, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody.